Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Online Racing Championship Street Stock Series here presented by the Keystone Corner. We're here round 6 at Charlotte Motor Speedway for a little mile-and-a-half action here in these street stock cars. It's going to be an exciting one. And also thanks to Bluejay Designs for coming on and sponsoring this race this evening. Let's go over the starting grid for this evening. We've got Blake Kennedy on pole, Brady Weileman in second, Hayes Booth in third, Mason Thompson in fourth, Connor Trafari in fifth, Mason Suit in sixth, Christian Visconti in seventh, Pierce Moffitt in eighth, Benjamin White in ninth, Garrett White in 10th, Brady Cox in 11th, Richard Mandonka in 12th. Starting in 13th, we have Ryan Martin, Paul Granada in 14th, Brayson Collins in 15th, Aaron Griffin in 16th, Aiden Walker 17th, Harrison Mitchell in 18th, Ryan Kame in 19th, Joseph Costello in 20th, Hunter Collier in 21st, Nick Pina in 22nd. We've got Jarek Akaba there in 23rd, Vincent Gribb in 24th, Shane Fuller 25th, Austin Duran in 26th, Josh Patterson, last week's race winner, is starting 27th, Henry Clappert in 28th, Jason Mills 29th, and Cameron McHone there in 30th. And that'll do it for the field this evening. As you may have seen here, bit of a strategy play already as we see some very fast drivers starting in the back of the field this evening. And you may be wondering why, and that is because we are at the very large mile-and-a-half Charlotte Motor Speedway here, and I asked the guys last week what they thought this race would be like, and everyone pretty much came to the same conclusion. It would be like Daytona on steroids here in these cars. So I believe the name of the game here is going to be survival tonight. So we'll see who can play the strategy right, survive, and come home with the victory here. Round 6 of the 11-round series in the World Online Racing Championship Street Stock Series here presented by the Keystone Corner. And real quick, we'll pull up the points while they're doing their opening lap here. Pierce Moffitt currently sitting first in the points. Christian Visconti there in second. Austin Duran, Ryan Martin, Paul Granada, Shane Fuller, Brady Weileman, Nick Pena, Hayes Booth, and Connor Trafari there, rounding out your top 10 in the point. All right, the 75 there, Blake Kennedy, is going to lead us down to the green flag here. Brady Weileman in that 44 black car on the outside will start on the outside, and we've got the very fast Hayes Booth there in the Wonder Bread car, the 993, who will be starting in third, and in fourth, the very quick Mason Thompson there. Good qualifying from him. We'll see what he can do there from that fourth position as they come around. Lights are off the pace truck. It's going to dive off this time, and we're going to get going green for some good old mile-and-a-half action here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the street stock cars. You can see Blake Kennedy there leading us down to the line. Green flag is out, and you can already see the 81 there on the outside giving a bit of a bump to the 44 of Weileman as they head down the front straight. See Hayes Booth there all over the back of the 75 of Kennedy, trying to push him back up front there. They're going to come around turn 2 here for the first time, 2x2 all the way through the field. You see the inside line there hugging the bottom. Hayes Booth is going to go toward the middle, make it almost a 3-wide situation there. And we already have our first caution. Let's go back and check out what brought that out. Oh, we see the 05 there, Ryan Kame, and he collects the 419 of Jason Mills with him. Now let's try to get a different view of that. Oh, he just came down the track there, and there was a car underneath him. He was not clear, not sure what happened there. Let's ride on board with him. You see the 98 on the bottom there. There's another car, and he just turned down the track. Very strange accident there. Not sure if he thought he was clear and he wasn't, but that is going to do it for Ryan Kame tonight. Like Jason Mills will also be out of the race from that accident as well. So we got off to a bit of a rocky start, but we still have 48 laps remaining here in our 50 lap feature event here. We may see some takers down pit road already. And then yes, we do. We have Connor Trafari coming down pit road. He looks like the only one going to come down pit road that wasn't involved in that incident. So a bit of a strategy play here maybe on fuel. Not sure. The fuel is set at 50% tonight, so they may, depending on the cautions, may have to pit here this evening. We'll just have to wait and see. But in that exchange, Brady Weileman was able to edge out the 75 of Kennedy there and take the lead. And Thompson there in the 81 remains in third, and Hayes Booth there still in fourth. So these top two here have just swapped positions on that opening lap, as we saw. A little mayhem toward the back, but they'll get straightened out here, and we'll get resumed green here. I believe we'll get the one to go at the line this time by. All right, and the lights are off the pace truck here, so we'll get going green this time by. Brady Weileman in the 44 is going to lead us down to the restart. Interested to see if it's going to be, it may be a single file restart since we did not complete a lap there. And I believe that is going to be the case. Yes, we will have a single file restart here as we'll get restarted on lap 4. And Brady Weileman out front. Blake Kennedy in that 75, currently in second. Mason Thompson in that Fortnite 81 machine in third. And Hayes Booth there in the 993. Looking mighty strong there in that Wonder Bread car. We'll see what he can do. Mason Suit in the 56 is currently fifth. And look who's worked their way up to sixth. That is the 80 of Christian Visconti. And we know he's very quick. We'll see what he can do here from that sixth place position. But we're going to see the pace truck dive off this time by, and we'll get restarted here. 45 laps remaining once we take the green flag here. A lot of time for some good green flag racing if we can make it through these couple opening laps here. I can tell you 30 cars here at Charlotte, not an easy thing to do. Brady Weileman there in the 44 is going to lead us down and take the restart as he makes it into the restart zone. He's going to take off there. Green flag. Top 4 getting a great jump. Looks like Weileman is going to extend out to a little bit of a lead there as they head down into turn 1. And we're looking at Hayes Booth there all over the back of the 81 of Thompson. And then Mason Suit there creeping up in 5th. Looks like we've got a two-way battle here that looks like Visconti, Pierce Moffitt, and the 00 of White there. We've got a two-way battle. This is for the 6th place position. Looks like Visconti's on that high side. He's going to slide back. The 00 of Garrett White is going to go by, and Pierce Moffitt. And we've got a challenge for the lead here. It's the 75 of Blake Kennedy going to go to the outside line. He does not have any draft help, but Hayes Booth there took a peek under the 81 as we went into turn 1 there, and reluctantly he backed out of it there. So there wasn't really a gap there, but good thing he backed out. But Blake Kennedy there is hung out to dry. As you can see, Mason Suit is going to dive down to the bottom. And Pierce Moffitt now on the outside as the 00 of Garrett White is going to take away the 6th place position from Moffitt. They are 2x2 up here up front. It looks like the 81 of Thompson has went to the outside. He has the 75 of Kennedy there, our pole sitter, drafting with him. But Hayes Booth is pushing the 44 of Weileman out front right now, getting a bit of a gap, but that will close greatly here as these cars are really draft locked here at this track. It is basically Daytona to them. They are wide open the entire way. Gonna cross the line here, complete lap 7, start lap 8. Mason Suit worked his way up to 3rd there. He's pushing Hayes Booth, who's pushing the 44 of Weileman out front. And now we've got a big pack forming here up front. Looks like we've got almost a little 3 wide action there between the 999 of Benjamin White. But he's going to fall back in line there. And look who's worked his way up there. We've got that is the 04 of Paul Granata making an appearance here in the top 10. You see some great bump drafting here from our second place driver, Hayes Booth. Let's go on board with him as he rides around pushing the 44 Brady Weileman there out front. Oh, we see the 44 and the 993 there of Hayes Booth get loose on the exit of turn 2. That caused a major checkup. The 56 of Suit had to actually drop below the line there. But it looks like they all get straightened out there. Blake Kennedy worked his way back up to 4th there in that outside lane. And we've got the 00 there of Garrett White worked his way up to 5th. As you can see, he's the 3rd car there in that bottom line, so he's making some advances here early on as we just completed lap 10 and start lap 11 out of 50. Oh, looks like Pierce Moffitt, oh sorry, thought he was in an accident there, but no, he just had an internet blip. We saw him dropping through the field there very quick. False alarm. Pierce Moffitt is still in 7th. Christian Visconti there now on the outside lane, currently 8th. And Paul Granata there in the 04 going to work his way up into 9th position there as he's on that bottom side. And we've got the 5 of Brayson Collins here sort of leading this second pack here, this little 3-car, 4-car pack who has now caught the main pack. So he is currently in the 12th position there. And then who is that behind? The 731 there of Harrison Mitchell, who is in the 14th position, is now going to join up here. And these guys are going to catch and form one large pack. You see they're going to complete another lap here. We've got about 14 cars here in this lead pack. Back behind them there, it looks like, oh, we've got an accident. That's the 56 of Mason Suit. He's going to spin. Looks like a single car accident here. Let's go back and take another look. He's on the bottom there. Looks like he just catches the apron. Oh no, that is disastrous. And the 731 there gets into the back of him. Nothing he can do. But that is something you have to be careful here in these street stock cars. Well, any car here at Charlotte, really. You do not want to get down on the apron. You can see he just gets his left front on the apron. Nothing he can do there as the rear end just slides around. Right on board his helmet cam here as Mason Suit gets down on the apron. You could see as soon as he realized he was losing the rear, he cranked it to all the way to the right here, opposite lock. We'll watch it right here in slow motion. You can see now that left front is down. He cranks the steering wheel to the right, but there is just nothing he can do. And then the 731 there hitting him behind does not help him save that accident at all. He's going to go around. Doesn't look like he took too much damage from that, so he should live to fight another day. Unfortunately, he'll have to do it starting from the 26th position, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. And we've got a bunch of takers down pit road here on lap 14. We've got Brady Weileman Down pit road, Mason Thompson. Looks like Hayes Booth with him. Blake Kennedy also, but we've got quite a few drivers staying out. It looks like we've had 8 drivers stay out. Christian Visconti there in the 80. He'll be our race leader, assuming he doesn't pit this lap. We've got the 76 of Brady Cox there in second. Josh Patterson, last week's winner. He is up to third there, staying out. Aaron Griffin in fourth. Shane Fuller there in fifth. Ryan Martin in that number 9 car. He's up into sixth place. And Vincent Gribb there in 017, currently scored in seventh. Nick Pena there in 8th, and Austin Duran looks like he's going to be in 9th. And Paul Granata here, I'm showing he did go down pit road, but looks like he only took 2 tires. So he's actually going to move up in front of all the guys that did come down pit road. As you can see, the 75 of Blake Kennedy right behind him, currently in the 11th position. Brayson Collins there in the number 5. He made up a lot of ground there on pit road as well. I'm sorry, it looks like Paul Granata actually took fuel only. Brayson Collins with a 16-second pit stop. Looks like he took 2. Looks like everybody that took 4 had around a 23 to 26 second pit stop. And the only 2 people I'm showing, Blake Kennedy, Brayson Collins, and Paul Granata, all having sub 20-second pit stops. So they're trying something different here with the strategy. And along with these guys here who didn't pit at all. Interested to see here what the 80 of Visconti can do out front. Very quick driver. We know he likes to be out front. He can command the race if he just hugs the bottom line. I like that strategy. Just not sure how long he can make it on fuel. With everyone else coming down pit road, we're pretty much assuming that they can make it somewhere around 35, 36 laps on a fuel run. So we're just now completing lap 16 this time by. Although we have had quite a few caution laps. So we could actually very well see a 2-stop strategy here. We'll just have to see how many green flag laps we can get under our belt. But it'd be interesting to see these first 7 cars all the way back to Nick Pena there in the 52. We'll see when they choose to come down pit road. I'm sure we're going to have another yellow, so that's what they're hoping for. All right, the pace lights on the pace truck are going to go off this time by, so we'll get resumed green. This time by, Christian Visconti here, who we're riding on top of the roof cam, is currently your race leader. Brady Cox there in the outside in that number 76. He's going to be starting on the outside there in second. Aaron Griffin in the number 25. And I just want to show this paint scheme. The old Ricky Bobby, I want to go fast paint scheme. I love it there. He'll be in third, and Shane Fuller there in the 57 from Massachusetts there. You can see he will start in fourth, and Ryan Martin will round it out there in fifth. That's your top 5 this evening. As we get started after the second caution here, we're going to go green. About 33 laps remaining here once we get started. We'll see what Visconti here can do from the lead, and also see how the strategy plays out, as we had about the field kind of split there. We saw 8 people stay out. We saw a few do fuel only, a few do 2 tires, and we saw the rest take 4 tires. So everybody kind of on a different strategy here this evening. We'll see who's going to play it right. Pace truck's going to pull off this time here, and the 80 of Christian Visconti going to lead us down to the restart here. As you can see, those 2 white lines, that's the restart zone. We'll see when he goes right at that first line, and he is off. Great jump by him. Brady Cox just caught sleeping there, and Aaron Griffin there in third is going to move up into second here as he goes to the inside. You see some 3 wide action on way back there in the back. I'm not sure who that is. That looks like the 02 of Josh Patterson involved in that. Not sure who took it 3 wide. But we'll see. They're starting to get spread out here. Still a little 2x2 action on further back. Oh, we've got the who is that? That is Aaron Griffin. Looks like he got shoved down below the line there. And is he going to be able to merge back in? Does look like he is. But not sure what happened to him there. We'll try to get a replay of that if we get a break. But got a great battle here brewing up for second all the way back to, oh gosh, now it's about 10th place here. Is this? We've got one large pack. Looks like everybody trying to fight for a spot on that bottom line. Looks a lot like Daytona. And we just saw it look like the 76 there get loose on entry, so we could see some tire wears come into play here. Let's look at the 52 there of Nick Pina as he is all over the place, just loose. Watch him enter this turn. We'll see if he can hang on to it. The 57 loose right in front of him. Yes, we're starting to see some guys struggle with tire wear. This is fantastic. I did not expect the tires to wear this quickly. Paul Granada, look at him go. He's all the way up into third now as he is just moving his way on up here. But you can see he's also struggling with the tires as well. And now we've got a battle for the lead. The 76 of Brady Cox is going to go on the inside. Visconti pushed up the track there, but it looks like he moved up to catch, I believe that's his teammate there in the 04 of Granada. So maybe these two guys starting to work together. The 81 of Thompson there is currently making it 3 wide. He's up on that top line. No one with him there because there is no gap for him to drop down. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Very good driving up here by these top 5 or 6 as they run 3 wide around this track. It actually looks like he's not losing too much time up there. He's actually getting a very good run off as these cars struggle with the tire grip right now. And Hayes Booth there in the 993 going to move up. He said, hey, let's make this a 3-lane track. Like what I see. Visconti also going to move up there and allow Granada by. Visconti there just got into the outside wall as they tried to run 3 wide around here. Looks to be a little cosmetic damage. Hopefully that doesn't slow him down too much. As you can see, the 81 of Thompson there on the back of him. Hayes Booth has moved down to that second line, and oh, looks like the 81 is going to drop down as well, so that's going to leave Visconti there to fall back. Oh, we see a wiggle out of the 04. Looks like he got pushed up there. He's going to go to the outside line now. The 76 getting on the apron, and oh, we've got one going around. That is Nick Pina. Looks like he's going to crash down into pit lane. We're going to stay green momentarily. And Paul Granada is going to lead that lap as we just completed lap 23. See how loose the 76 is getting there. I'm just wondering how long he can hang on to this car as the rear end just sliding around on him. We've got another 3 wide person here. That is the 999 of Benjamin White. Going to go to the outside and try to make it 3 wide. Pierce Moffitt down on the apron. That is the 57 of Fuller also getting loose down there on the apron. See the 00 there of Garrett White pinching very close there, trying to get a side draft on the exit of turn 4. Let's ride on board Hayes Booth here as he pushes second place driver, the 00 Garrett White here. He's in this outside lane, and let's watch just how hard it is. Actually, let's go to the helmet cam. I want to see how hard it is to hang on to this car. Oh, we've got an accident right in front of them. Oh, this is going to be the big one. We got the 00. We've got the 81, 76, 34. Hayes Booth also involved in that. I'm not sure who. Yeah, the 34 right behind him. A lot of cars involved. That's Henry Clapper. Looks like Connor Trafari made it through. The 731 there of Harrison Mitchell. Heavy damage to his car. Like Garrett White and the 76 taking the most damage there. Let's go back and see if we can try to find another angle of that one. You can see the 00 there. Looks like the 76 came up the track and hit the 00 there in the left rear, and that is just going to cause some mayhem right behind them. Looks like the 44 there, our leader, Brady Weileman, also got damage. And as you can see, he's got a little bit of front end damage. Not sure how much, if any, that will slow him down. But we saw a lot of fast drivers there get taken out. And now we've had a lot come down pit road here. Looks like Visconti in the 80, Blake Kennedy, Paul Granata, Garrett White, who was involved in that incident. Ryan Martin coming down pit road. Aaron Griffin, Aiden Walker there. Nick Pena coming down pit road. Josh Patterson also coming down pit road. And Mason Thompson, who was involved in that, the 81 there, he's going to have some damage as well. Just checking through the order here, we've actually got a three-way tie for the biggest mover so far. We've got Hunter Collier in that 98. He's up 17 positions since the start of the race. Shane Fuller there in the Sunoco 57 car. He's also up 17 positions. And then right behind him, the 45 of Austin Duran is up 17 positions, currently scored in ninth. So we've got a three-way battle here for the biggest mover. Looks like we're going to get the 1 to go sign this time around, so we'll get resumed racing with 20 to go when we come to the line. And we'll see if they'll be able to make that on fuel if they do run green all 20 laps. As we had a few drivers come down and top off that time by. Check in on Brayson Collins right here in that number 5. He was one that came down pit road. Looking at his pit time. Looks like he just splashed up on fuel, only 6 seconds there. Paul Granata, also right behind him in the 7th position, came down pit road for a second time, but took 4 tires there, 25-second pit stop. We'll see how much of a difference that makes once they get going here. But they're going to line up 2 by 2 now as the pace lights are off the pace truck. So Brady Weileman in the 44, as you can see, front end damage on that car is going to lead us to the restart here. Pierce Moffitt in that 41 on the outside. Connor Trafari there in the 420 on the inside. And Hunter Collier in the 98 there on the outside in 4th place. Richard Mandunka there in 5th. All right, Pace Truck's going to pull off this time. Brady Weileman in the 44 going to lead us to the restart zone here. 20 to go when we take to the line. We'll see who can come out victorious here in this very wild race. As Brady Weileman there gets a great jump. Pierce Moffitt on the outside in that 41. And already going 3 wide up here. That looks like the 5 of Brayson Collins going to look to the outside of Hunter Collier in the 98. We'll see if he can make that work. Doesn't look like it, so he's going to drop back in line there. Just wondering how much damage the 44 has there in arrow-wise and how much that's going to slow him down being out front there. We're going to get a good preview of that right now as the 98 of Hunter Collier is hooked up with the 5 of Brayson Collins there on the outside. We'll see if they can get a run here down the front straight. Gonna head down into turn 1 here. 19 to go this time around. Oh no, Brayson's gonna get into the back of the 98. That's gonna put him around, and we've got carnage. Are you trying to get a look at that? It looks like the 57 gets caught up in that as well. That will bring out the 4th caution here this evening. Let's watch that again. Looks like the 5 just gets into the back of the 98 there, lifts the rear end up, and it comes around. Looks like the 04 of Granada got caught in that as well. I'm not sure. It looks like another teammate there. Josh Patterson, last week's winner, also caught up in that with some damage. Let's see here from Paul Granada's view. Has just nowhere for him to go, and he's going to come down the track here. Josh Patterson probably thought he was clear of that wreck. Nowhere he could go there. But everyone else doing a great job to get out of the way there. Let's ride on the roof cam here of Paul Granada. You can see that incident just happened right up in front of him. Nothing he could do about that. Get a look at on board Josh Patterson here. As you can see, the wreck happening up front. Slows down, goes low, but he thinks he's clear, and then all of a sudden the 04 just comes down the track fast. Just nothing Josh Patterson could do there. Very unfortunate for a lot of quick drivers up here. Going to see the damaged Brayson Collins there in the 5. He's going to come down pit road, but we're going to go around a few more caution laps here, and it looks like we're going to have about 15 to go once we take the green flag again. We had 30 cars start the race, only 21 now currently on the lead lap. We've had a bit of attrition here, but we still have 21 cars on the lead lap. A lot of racing left to go. We'll see who can come out victorious here in this race of survival. And someone we haven't really talked about there is the 17 of Vincent Gribe there. He is up 14 spots, so he's having a good solid run here. Currently in the top 10 and 10th, so great to see him up here. Ryan Martin in the 9 there. He is up into the 9th position, so good to see him having a good run. But the biggest mover of the evening is this number 45, and we talk about him a lot. Austin Duran, currently in 5th, up 21 spots since the start of the race. Started in the back of the field, with a bit of a strategy call there. Looks like it's working for him because now he is up front in 5th when it matters here in the second half of this race. So we'll see what he can do here. He is a very good contender for the lead, for the race win. We got Richard Mandonka there in the 752, currently in 4th. Connor Trafari, the guy with the weird paint schemes every week here, is currently in 3rd. He's fast. We know he can score a win here, and he has great potential to do so there in 3rd. And Pierce Moffitt, we talk about him a lot here. He is always up front battling these guys. He's currently in 2nd. And Brady Weileman, who we already know is a race winner, there in the 44, but he's got a bit of front end damage there that may slow him back. So we'll just have to see what happens here. Let's check in here with Paul Granata. Oh no, that car just looks terrible. Feel so bad for Paul being caught up in that incident there. It looks like he's just out there to get some points this evening. He's not going to be competitive there with that much damage. And then Brayson Collins here. Let's take a look at his car. Is actually cosmetic wise doesn't look too terrible. We don't know how hard he got hit in the side there, if it knocked the toe out or anything. Maybe we can get a good idea here with how his steering input is. Everything looks similar to the guys in front of him there, but only time will tell here once we get going. And Josh Patterson here in the 02 machine, last week's race winner. And I jinxed him by telling him he had to come out here and win tonight to make it, I believe it's 3 in a row. But he's currently in 19th and was involved in that incident, that last one. All right, looks like the lights are going to go off the pace truck, so we'll get restarted here this time around. Going to be 14 to go when we cross the line. Not a lot of green flag laps left, but anything could happen here. Alright, pace truck's going to dive off this time around. We'll get restarted here. The 44 of Brady Weileman going to lead us down to the line. The 41 of Pierce Moffitt on the outside. Who's going to be victorious here? 14 laps remaining as they take the green flag. Brady Weileman off to a great jump there. Pierce Moffitt not doing too bad there on the outside, but the 420 of Connor Trafari there in 3rd. We'll see how they make do through turn 1 here. As the laps wind down, we can start to expect the patience to run out, as we already see some 3 wide action here on further back in the track. That is Jarek Akaba, Aaron Griffin, and the 64, Vincent Gribe there also with a little 3 wide action. Let's check back up front here. Brady Weileman is barely hanging on to that lead. As you can see, the 41 of Pierce Moffitt is being bump draft there by the very quick 45 of Austin Duran. We'll see what they can do here on the outside line as he pushes Pierce Moffitt out into the race lead. Will be interesting to see if Moffitt dives down and takes that bottom line. He is going to. We'll see what happens here as Austin Duran on the outside. He's got the 752 of Mandonka right behind him. The 80 of Visconti looking to make it 3 wide, decides better of it. So far, Brady Weileman doing a great job there with that damage he has. I don't believe it's slowing him down too much as he is comfortably in 2nd right now. But Austin Duran and that high side with the 752 and the 80 of Visconti, they are coming. They're going to make this outside line work. If anybody can do it, we know it's going to be that 45 of Austin Duran there. He's not going to quite have him clear there. Oh, the 44 blows his engine. He is going to be out, and that's one thing I was worried about with that front end damage. Everyone doing a great job to not cause a major incident out of that. So kudos to all these drivers. But the 45 now going to be on the outside. Look who's there ready to draft him. That is the 80 of Visconti. Let's see what these two guys can do. We see a bit of a wiggle there out of the leader, the 41 there of Moffitt, as he slid up the track a little bit. Looks like it's very difficult now with the tire wear to hold these cars down on that bottom side. You can see the 752 also moves up. The 80 of Visconti gets shuffled up there. Going to get 10 to go here at the line. Laps are winding down. We can expect the patience to run out here as these drivers battle for these final few positions. Oh, a bit of a wiggle out of the 41. No, he's going to take out the 45 and multiple cars there. Oh, no, I counted at least 6 involved in that so far. It looks like Paul Granada there going to knock the front end off of his car as well. And that is the second big one there we've had tonight. A lot to digest. Let's go back and take a couple different looks at this. So we're going to back it up just a little bit further. So it looks like this actually started further back here in the turn. You can see Richard Mendonca there in the 752 is right behind the 41. Looks like the 752 is going to go low there and just catch the left rear bumper of the 41. That's going to get him upset, and he's going to correct and go up the track there. Takes the 45 with him. Does the 80 make it through? Wow, the 80 of Visconti making it through. That is insane that he was able to make it through that. And then we've got the 57 back there involved, the 52 Nick Pena, Blake Kennedy, our pole sitter, involved in that as well. And then we're going to see Paul Granada here with the ARCA brakes there. He's going to get into the back of both of them, just nowhere he could go. Brayson Collins doing a good job to avoid it, but a lot of cars damaged there. Back it up just a little bit further. Right on board Pierce Moffitt here, as he's going to get into the left rear, sorry, I'm going to spin him up the track there. All right, a lot to digest there, as we saw a lot of quick drivers. Their night's gonna be over there. But the man up front right now is that 752 of Richard Mendonca. And the 80 of Visconti. He's worked his way back up into second, so good for him. The 420 there of Connor Trafari, currently in third. Mason Suit there in fifth. Ryan Martin's looking good there in that fifth position. And Vincent Gribe there in the 17 and 6. Hayes Booth worked his way up after being involved in one of those very early incidents. He's now up into 7th, so a great recovery by him. He may get a top 5 here, depending on how this shakes out. Josh Patterson in the 02. He's up to 8th. Henry Clappert there in the number 34. He's up to 9th. And Brayson Collins with a good recovery drive there after being involved in an incident. He's up into 10th. Right, looks like we're going to do We'll get the 1 to go this time around, so we will have a little 5-lap shootout remaining here. Just checking the time. There is a time limit for the race, and we are getting close to it. I believe we've got about 10 more minutes remaining, so we'll see if we hit the lap limit or the time limit first here this evening. 77:52 there. Richard Mandunka. He's going to lead us down to the line there. Christian Visconti in the 80, going to start in second. And great starting position for him because we know he's quick. Connor Trafari there still just hanging out in third, waiting for his moment to make a move. And we've got the 56 here of Mason Suit. Had a great recovery drive himself. He is up into fourth, and Ryan Martin in fifth there in that Jegs number 9 machine. All right, they're going to come to the line here and get restarted. The 752 of Mandunka there going to lead us to the line with the 80 of Visconti on the outside. We'll see who gets the better jump as we're going to have 5 to go here once we come to the line. Green flag is out. 752 there getting a great jump. Connor Trafari also going very quickly there behind him. 80 of Visconti drops down to the bottom lane. You can see Visconti there. Looks like he might try the outside. He is going to put a block there on the 17 and try to make that outside line work. Meanwhile, Trafari there on the bottom in that 420. The 56 of Mason Suit going to move up into third as no one is up there on that high side with Visconti. Going to come to the line here, 4 to go. We'll see if Hayes Booth on further back there is able to get up to the 80 and make something happen. But right now, Visconti stuck on the outside, battling it out for third currently. We see Josh Patterson starting to re-enter the mix here as he looks on the inside of Hayes Booth, thinking about making it 3 wide. That gap is going to close, though. So he's now going to stay behind. No, he's actually going to go to the outside there and be with Hayes Booth as he still tries to make it 3 wide. Well, we'll see Visconti there hunting around the track, trying to find the grip, see if he can get a run. Connor Trafari in second, stuck to the back bumper of that 752 of Mandunka as we take 3 to go at the line here. And we see Visconti and Mason Suit are now tagged up. We'll see if they can make this high side work. And we do have the 6th caution of the evening here. Oh, that looks like Hayes Booth involved in that. Back and see if we can figure. Oh, looks like he just gets loose on entry. Did he get Josh Patterson? Let's rewind it one more time. Oh, looks like Josh Patterson was the one who got into him there. So this was where Josh Patterson was looking to make it 3 wide in the middle. Looks like Ryan Martin's going to come up a little bit. Gap just wasn't there, and he's going to get into the 993. Nothing Hayes Booth could do there. It's a bit of aggressive move there by the 02, and that is going to end the 993 Hayes Booth's night, unfortunately. Looks like the 02 of Josh Patterson also going to get heavy front end damage there. But we will have a green-white checkered attempt here once we get going again. All right, looks like we're going to get the one to go here this time by. Going to be an exciting green-white checkered attempt number 1 here once we get going again. Can the 752 of Mandonka there hold off the very fast 420 of Connor Trafari and the 80 of Visconti there in third? Going to be an interesting conclusion here to this race. We'll see what happens as they get the one to go. I'm sorry, they did not get the one to go that time, so we're going to do 2 more pace laps here. Let's check in biggest mover. We've got a 2-way tie right now between the 02 of Josh Patterson and the 34 of Henry Clapper. Each up 20 positions since the start of the race here, respectively. So these guys have made their way through the field. And we saw the 02 involved in that previous incident with the 993 of Hayes Booth there, and it actually doesn't look like Hayes Booth has too much damage. Try to get a look at the right side of that car. See just a little bit of rear end damage there where the 02 got into him, but car actually looks pretty good. See a little right rear damage, but with the velocity of that wreck, I'm surprised he did not come away with more damage than that. So it looks like he's going to be able to survive here and, you know, has a good chance at maybe getting a top 5 depending on how this shakes out here. But we're going to get the one to go this time by. Green-white checkered attempt number 1 this evening. They do have 2 attempts at this before the race will end under yellow. So we'll just have to hope they can get it done here in one of these 2 attempts. All right, the pace truck's going to dive off this time by. The 752 there of Mandonka is going to lead us down to the restart. Green-white checkered attempt number 1. The 420 of Connor Trafari there on the outside. And the 80 of Visconti there in third. We'll see who's going to come victorious here. Round 6 at Charlotte. The 752 going to get an early jump there. The 420 of Trafari on the outside going great with them. Looks like the 420 is going to be able to drop down to the bottom there and take away second. We'll see what happens here as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Top 5 are all on the bottom side, single file currently. See Mason Suit there making a move on the inside of Visconti as Visconti drifts up the track. Visconti determined to make that high side work. He's tried to work it all night long. We'll see if he can do it here. They're going to come down to the white flag this time by. 1 more lap remaining. Top 5 all in a bunch here. We'll see as they go down into turn 1 here for the final time. Looks like it's going to be a drag race down the back straight here. Connor Trafari staying on the rear end of the 752. The 80 of Visconti not making up the ground he would like. He doesn't have anybody to draft with him. So the 752 of Mandonka here going to come off the line in front. He's going to take the checkered flag. It's going to be a drag race for third, though. Looks like Visconti just barely edged out the 56 of Mason Suit there for third place, but a great finish to a hectic evening here, round 6 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. All right, let's bring up the official results for this evening. Taking home the win, we've got Richard Mandonka there. Connor Trafari coming home in second. Christian Visconti in third. Mason Suit in fourth. And Vincent Gribe there in fifth. Benjamin White in sixth. Aiden Walker in seventh. Brayson Collins in eighth. Ryan Martin in ninth. And Josh Patterson rounding out your top 10 this evening. All right, we'll give them a moment to celebrate here, and then we'll try to get an interview with the top 3 this evening. Right, looks like we've got our top 2 up here in the broadcast booth, so we'll go ahead and get a word with our second place driver this evening. We've got Connor Trafari up here in the booth. Hey, Connor, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on that excellent second place finish here tonight. We saw you running up front most of the evening there. It looked like you were third most of the race. Got to ask, what was your strategy there here in this race? Was it just survival?
Yeah, for the first part, I just wanted to survive because I knew we had no fast repairs in this track and caused some big wrecks like you saw tonight. So I just wanted to survive and just try to get a good points finish so I can try and make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, and you did a great job at that. It was a great points night for you. I'm just looking at the pit strategy here. I'm showing you went down pit road twice, but your last pit lap was on lap 14. And it looked, did you take 4 tires? Just curious.
No, I did not take tires.
Okay, so just fuel only there.
Yeah, so the first pit stop, I just came down there just to try to drop to the back just to be safe. And then I just pitted in later, so I was going to fuel to the end.
Gotcha. Well, you played a great strategy here this evening, surviving, coming home in second. Great points night for you. While you're here, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I just wanted to shout out to all my friends, Ricky, Hayes, Joe, all of them just racing with me in this race. Brady also, and you for broadcasting.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on that second place finish. Just pulling up the schedule here. We're going to head to Phoenix Raceway next week. So hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again next week.
Yep.
All right, that'll do it there for our second place finisher this evening, Connor Trafari. Now we'll try to get a word with our race winner. And just give it one more moment here for our race leader. All right, we've got our race winner up here tonight. We've got Richard Mandonka up in the booth. Hey, Richard, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on the victory tonight. It looked like you kind of came out of nowhere there in the second half of that race. So, got to ask, what was your strategy? We saw a lot of guys start in the back, try to survive. What was your strategy going into this race?
Well, my strategy going in was hopefully qualifying up front, but I kind of bobbled turn 2 on my qualifying lap, so didn't go too good. I think I started probably 12th, and I went in for a pit stop and I fell way behind. But I had a couple guys work with me, like Connor Trafari there at the end to help me get the win.
Yeah, we saw Connor there hook up with you at the end there, and Visconti was trying to make that outside line work, just couldn't make it work. He didn't really have any help with him. Got to ask, just your opinion. You think if you had an equal number of cars on that outside line, do you think he would have given you a challenge?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not even totally sure I would have gotten that win if the outside formed up because coming out of the corner, I mean, you get such a huge run on the outside. So I'm not even sure if I would have gotten that, but yeah, thankfully they didn't, and I got the win.
Absolutely. Well, hey, winning round 6 here out of round 11. Great points night for you. I don't have the playoff cutoff line in my mind right now, so I can't tell you if you're going to make the playoffs or not. But otherwise, coming home with the win tonight. Great points. It looks like we head to Phoenix Raceway next week. How do you feel about that track?
I like that track in that car. I've won a couple official races there in that car, so I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be very similar to Richmond, and these cars in Richmond put on a great show. Very similar size track, some flat corners. We saw a lot of tire wear, a lot of tire strategy, so it'll be interesting to see, that's for sure. But again, congratulations on the victory. While you're here, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah. So what's funny is that I had a really bad week last week in a couple other leagues, and I was super upset. My girlfriend's just like, "Oh no, you'll get it next week." And I'm like, "What makes you think that?" And I haven't done a league race since then, and the first one I come back to, I get it. So I want to thank her for being there, and I want to thank Connor for giving me that push. That was huge.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the victory. Great shout out there to your girlfriend. Staying positive, that's all it takes sometimes. And you're coming home with the victory here, round 6 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So go out and celebrate. And then we'll see you back next week at Phoenix. And hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
All right. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. That'll do it for our race winner this evening. Richard Mandunka there in that number 752. It was an exciting race. We had a lot of cautions. We saw a lot of mayhem. We expected that, as the guys called this race Daytona on steroids here, and that is what we saw this evening. Great strategy calls, netted some guys some good finish, and we saw some guys get caught up in some accidents and not have great points nights. So we'll check out the points here one more time before we head out. As we came into this race, Pierce Moffitt was in the lead, Christian Visconti in second, Austin Duran in third, Ryan Martin in fourth, and Paul Granada in your top 5. And just looking at their finishing order, we saw Visconti finish third and Granada finish 15th. Just looking for Moffitt there. Moffitt in 16th. And so we can just expect the points here to get shaken up quite a bit here with this wild card race. So we're going to head into Phoenix next week, round 7 out of 11. And it's going to be an exciting one. Thank you all for tuning in here at Soap Tires Broadcasting. And of course, the World Online Racing Championship Series. The Keystone Corner presents the Street Stock Series here. And also, big shout out to Bluejay Designs for coming on and sponsoring this race. And we'll hopefully we'll put on a great show for you next week. I am Dark